Like, how hard was the conversation, I guess, with Mitch and then obviously with Sammy?
It was one of the hardest conversations I've had to do, that's for sure. Both players thoroughly deserving of playing, but you just can't fit 12 players into 11. So either way, I'd be standing here talking to you about a player who's missed out who probably doesn't deserve it. So, but that's the responsibilities of the job, and that's professional sport as well. So it's unfortunate for Mitch, but he took it well, and hopefully it it inspires him to go on to bigger and better things.
Any sort of reasons behind it?
Look, no, I think it was a real 50-50. And in the end, we probably rewarded the guy who just had the better season. And it's as simple as that. It's a tough one. I spoke to just a lot of people, and no one could really give me a compelling case either way. Our analysts could provide reasons both ways, but in the end, it came down to almost a 50-50.
Sammy, I guess, had to fight his way into the side at the start of the year. He hasn't missed since that New South Wales game. Probably reward for consistently strong performances over a number of years.
Yeah, I mean, he's been one of the real improvers this year for us. I think you're expecting kind of growth within your group, particularly when you've got a bit of a younger age profile. But he's really stepped up this year, and he's been one of the reasons we're in the position we are. So it's great reward for him, and hopefully he can have a great final.
What are you expecting at the surface?
I think we'd like it to be a little bit quicker than it was last game. Probably just a little bit more in it to support our attack. We probably like the ball reacting off the surface a bit more. So hopefully there's a little bit more grass on it, and it's a good challenge for both bat and ball.
Will it play a part in any of your thinking? We just mentioned you had the experience around the bonus point in the final about 3 or 4 years ago. What were the lessons out of that, and how do you approach this work? Yeah,
I mean, even last week we got to talk about the bonus point system if it comes into play. So, we the way we were kind of chasing that total at the back end of the 100 overs, we know it could play an important role with the weather that's around. And we've had a little bit of experience with it now, so that's a good thing. And it was great that the players were really driving that as well. So they're really clear that that's going to impact the game.
Will's batting has been sensational. He mentioned the work you guys did with him during the game he sat out against Queensland. What have you seen, and his ability to implement what you guys have talked about in the last couple of games?
Yeah, it's one of those ones for a lot of cricketers these days. They actually don't get a lot of time to spend on their game. They seem to be kind of in this tournament or playing in these games, and don't stop to actually work on their mechanics. And we just wanted to find a time where we could kind of dig a little bit deeper, and that was a perfect opportunity. And he came in and hit for a couple of hours every day, and we figured a few things out. So it wasn't really expecting him to get that 100 in the next game against Western Australia, but that gave him a lot of confidence. And even watching him yesterday, I think his batting's taken a big step. And if he's going to go anywhere in his career or higher, then that's going to play an important role.
Just in terms of your coaching journey, obviously you've pretty much straight out of playing into coaching, not a big break. How have you evolved as a coach? What are some of your challenges on the personal front?
I mean, I've always had pretty strong opinions, Daniel. I think that's not unknown. I guess what you learn throughout your journey is not all your opinions are right, and a lot of people do it different ways. That's the other thing. So probably just meeting people more where they're at, rather than demanding them to be where you want them to be. I think that's been something that I've learnt, and I think with this group it's been a really good journey. I think from when I started, I think the professionalism in the group was not where it needed to be, and that was probably a lot because we had a whole group of younger players. but now they're and I probably didn't react as well as I could have at times, but I think now, they're exactly where they need to be, and from my point of view, I can allow them to kind of lead a lot more. So it's been a great journey, and I've learned a lot.
Is there a particular turning point in that respect? Is it the discipline in particular?
No, I think there's a lot of moments along the way. I could probably point to a number of incidents and more just conversations with players and realising you're probably not being what you need to be for them at that moment. So that's something that I've taken to heart, and I feel as a coach that's one of my strengths. I'm always looking to get better. It was the same as my playing career, so a bit of a journey I've been on.